Good morning, everybody. It's another day. It's another quote. Wouldn't you know it? I'm proud of you. You're psychic. You're super bright, intelligent, and wonderful people. Yay! Sorry some of my videos have had no ending. My camera is getting full and I need to clear it out, and I have not gotten around to it. One of the many things on the laundry list of to-dos that needs to be done. So it keeps cutting me off before I can give a nice outro. So sorry I haven't been saying goodbye and good day and good luck and love you all and all that good stuff. Gratitude. There's a million things that could be said about gratitude. And being aware of your blessings. I made a relationship video about where you look is what you see. What we focus on in life tends to amplify. Like when you get a new car and suddenly you see that car everywhere. You never noticed it before. It didn't just magically appear. It was just that that wasn't what you were focusing on. If you focus on the negative things in your life, which is really easy for us to do, because instinctually it was to our benefit to be hyper focused and hyper vigilant to danger and threat to our very life and existence. So we pay extra focus and attention. Neurologically, we are programmed to hone in on anything that triggers negative or feels dangerous and threatening. The trouble is, in today's cultural, societal world, often what triggers those type of emotions and sensations is not life-threatening. It's minor discomforts, minor irritations, or ego wounds. And what happens due to this natural hyperfocus is that we begin to, through repetition, because anything that we repeat gets hardwired into our unconscious. Because our brain is an energy expensive organ. It needs to conserve energy that it expends through thinking, which is very big on the energy budget. So to conserve calories and energy expenditure, it wraps the myelin sheath around thoughts and feelings that tend to trigger together often and makes them sort of an automatic response. Okay, when this happens or this feeling comes up, this is how we respond. Respond the same enough, and because of our presets, we respond to negative, we focus on the negative naturally. We have to consciously decide to focus on the positive. We automatically focus on the negative, and any negative feeling, negative sensation, negative thought, negative situation sticks out, and all the feelings and thoughts connected to it are stored in our memory. And anytime something similar happens, anything that fires together wires together, and so it repetitively is triggered over and over and over. And it's really natural, not through any kind of character flaw, but to fall into a negative focus, to a negative disposition, to a negative demeanor, to a negative pessimistic outlook, to not being able to recognize or discounting or minimizing the blessings in your life, not being able to see the sunny side, because your body and mind have gone on autopilot, and you have been conditioned through our natural physiology of repetition and ability to hone in onto negative, dangerous threats, to repetitively see the negative. Hence, you further focus on the negative, and that becomes your automatic response to life. Always hypervigilant, always focusing on the negative, always noticing the negative, maybe completely oblivious to the positive. And that's all biology, physiology, and historical human nature. That doesn't have to do with character flaw. That's why gratitude is so hard to achieve, sustain, and maintain. And people talk about gratitude as the attitude. Count your blessings. All of these things we say so much, they become platitudes because it doesn't seem to move the mark very much for us. Very often, we can't get into a state of gratitude, or gratitude doesn't seem to change our disposition. That's because you have to work against your own brain chemistry and retrain your brain to a new autopilot through conscious choice, repetitive conscious choice over and over, like getting up and working out. You have to do this over and over and over throughout your day. Seek out. That's why they have gratitude journals and gratitude practices in the morning and in the evening. Gratitude practice is a practice. You literally have to consciously decide, because that's not how we're programmed neurologically, to pick through your day every pleasant, positive thing you can count, from the fact that you woke up breathing today. Not everyone got that opportunity. Some people went to bed last night and they didn't get up today. The fact that you are still alive is something to be grateful for. Try practicing gratitude. Seek every little positive thing, big or little, throughout your day. Try to hunt for them. Make it a game. Hunt for the positive things in your life, rather than the negative. When you notice you're drifting into those negative moods, mentalities, discomfort, dis-ease, boredom, anxiety, negativity, negative self-talk, all that other stuff, that is the time to be like, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be playing the game, looking for the good stuff. What's good, what's good, what's good, what's good, what's good. And you can start a running list and try to make it new every day. Because if you make it, it's going to be really easy to get through the things like, hey, I'm breathing. When you're in a negative space, it's hard to come up with things to be legitimately grateful for, and it may feel artificial and flat at first. The more and more and more and more and more that you count, the more and more and more that you will be aware of, and the deeper and more concentrated you will have to think about to find new and different things to add to your list. And if you're having a rough day, you will have this laundry list of things to pull out and look over to remind you of all the things you're fortunate to have in your life. All the things you're grateful for on the rough times. And it will also continually train your brain. After a while, you won't have to play the game. You will have reconditioned your mind to start to see naturally the positive at least as much as the negative. Given enough time and enough concerted effort, discipline, and attempts at this, given patience, discipline, effort, consistency in this practice, you can recondition your neural networks, because what frequently fires together wires together, because they're like, oh, we're doing this now. This is hard at first, and it doesn't evoke feeling. Eventually, it will evoke feeling gratitude, legitimate gratitude. Not just doing the exercise, but feelings of gratitude. And those will also be incorporated. And the more you consciously make those decisions, seek out the positive all day long, day after 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 day, your brain begins to learn this is something that we're doing. I need to make this more energy conservative. I need to begin to scan anything that makes me feel a certain way, think a certain way, see a certain way. What wires together, fires together. And it will become your unconscious programming to be more grateful. And when you are in a place where you've done this long enough and you're beginning to feel feelings, legitimate feelings of gratitude to go along with your practice, and you have a laundry list of things that you feel grateful for, the abundance that there is to be grateful for, that you were in such a state, neurochemically, physiologically, circumstantially, instinctually, that you could not even see. You will be overcome and astonished by the sheer gravity and amount and extent of things that you have in your life to be thankful for. How blessed and how fortunate you are will overcome you and will add to a positive outlook, add to a positive mood, add to a grateful attitude. You will feel abundant, positive, hopeful, because you see how things have come to you that are how fortunate you are. You will begin to feel that things always work out for you rather than don't work out for you. You've just been looking in the wrong direction. Life is a little bit good and a little bit bad. And when you only notice the bad, like when you our autopilot, unfortunately, is like when you stub your toe. All you notice is the pain, because that's all you can focus on at the time. And then you continually stub your toe, the exact one you just stubbed, over and over and over throughout the rest of the day, because of where your focus is. So it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas, wrong thing. Count your blessings. Have gratitude. But it's a skill you have to build. And there's nothing wrong with you inherently for not being able to master this initially, or feeling flat and really unattached to the things you're counting, feeling like it's not going to get you anywhere. You have to invest in the process. You have to borrow a saying from AA, it works if you work it. You have to invest in the process of gratitude and the practice of gratitude long enough and consciously enough, day after day, for it to become a unconscious process, an automatic, easier than negative for your neurochemistry process. It will become your autopilot, and as it becomes your autopilot, you will naturally, without effort and conscious decision, more and more frequently notice more and more to be happy for. And that happiness that you notice, the abundance that you have, the blessings that you have, that have now become your autopilot focus, will help to offset minor irritations and upsets in your day. Because you won't be so predominantly weighted down by all those negatives that we naturally focus on, because your focus has been changed. You have conditioned yourself through repetition to what has now become easiest, but you have to condition yourself to get there, and that is the practice of gratitude and the abundancy that you have to be grateful for. The blessings in your life are to such a huge degree that the little things don't faze you when you're truly blessed. Ask anyone who's been in a near life and death situation how grateful they are just to sit on their porch and drink a cup of tea again, just to see the sky again. Life itself, breathing, is a blessing. And you can train yourself for this mindset. It'll make the negative things less negative, less frustrating, less irritating. Your threshold will go up for airplanes and bad lighting issues due to changes in sunlight and other minutiae in life, because you will be overcome with a profound appreciation for all that you have. Quote, quote, quote of the day, because that's the way we do it on this playlist. Quote of the day. The day I began counting my blessings is the day that my entire life changed. The day that I began counting my blessings, having gratitude, practicing gratitude, is the day that my life changed. It can change your life through changing your perception.